What's good, everybody? The voice of the WGC back in the building. So, let's go ahead and talk some Fight Forever, man. Went ahead, had a little bit of a convo yesterday. The community started getting curious. ZD popped in. And, yeah, let's go ahead and have this chat. So, I'm getting my 2 cents off. I'm keeping it real. Like I said, I told him multiple times, like, this is no intentions of being a douchebag. I'm just letting you know how the WGC feels. Like I said, unsanctioned TV is going to keep it real forever. So, pops in, asks yada yada yada, what's the word, what's the move, what's going on. I'm just saying, hey, the community just wants some answers. That's all. Because the 2 words that have been plaguing this game, not just for months but for years, are the words coming soon. We've had to hear these words on TNT, we've had to hear these words on TBS, we've had to hear these words on YouTube, Instagram. I'm pretty sure you've had to hear it on Facebook if you still use that, Reddit, Twitter, whatever platform that AEW Fight Forever is on, you've had to hear it. Discord, whatever. And these 2 words are the easiest way to trigger the community. The community does not want to hear these 2 words. So what I pitched is, I'm just, hey, we always putting them on game. We always letting them know things that they can do to calm down the storm and make things a little bit more easier on themselves. So what I pitched that they could start doing things like an in-depth look, like how 2K used to do with the Dev Spotlight series. Like an in-depth look. Just imagine this, bro. Just imagine this. Instead of a coming soon with like a random 30-second trailer with no date or anything, just the words coming soon, and everybody scratching their head. Imagine this. Tell me you wouldn't be hyped for this. So Blood and Guts is tomorrow, right? Blood and Guts is tomorrow in Boston, Massachusetts. It's going to be a crazy, crazy night tomorrow. I absolutely cannot wait. So just imagine this. Imagine if AEW Games went live tomorrow and they showed us an in-depth look. Oh, obviously it's a work in progress, but they showed us an in-depth look at the creation of the Blood and Guts match in AEW Fight Forever. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine if they actually went live and they showed us an in-depth look at the creation of the Blood and Guts match. Just imagine that. Tell me you wouldn't be hyped. Tell me you wouldn't be hyped. I pitched that. And I mentioned because he responded and he said that we're not gonna always get accurate dates, and I was like, I understand that these things take time, but if you have a certain date in mind, the least you can do is at least add a month or a couple weeks to that. Like, let's say something was like you had a date in mind. Let's say something was supposed to release tomorrow, okay? And this, like I said, this is not a thing, so don't go running to ZDs and be like, oh, well, Unsanctioned TV said so. Hey, I'm just letting you know an example. So let's say they released the Blood and Guts match. It was supposed to release tomorrow, all right? But let's say that there was a chance that they missed the deadline. If there is a chance that you missed the deadline, why can't you just add a couple weeks to that day just in case you missed the mark? That's all you really got to do. Or, hey, say that it's releasing the following month. Say a particular season, say fall 2020, fall 2023. Like, let's just get as close to the date as possible. You feel what I'm saying? So we continue. And I mentioned this too. I'm like, also, it might be a stretch, but would it be possible to host a stage once a month on Discord or a Twitter space where instead of just typing on Twitter, Reddit, etc., the devs host a stage and the players can request to join and we have a conversation about the game? Once again, I pitched this idea also for WWE 2K because a lot of the time the fans feel betrayed. A lot of the times the fans feel like there's a disconnect, like a huge rift. So what I mentioned is, what if Even if they did this maybe once a month, it doesn't have to be an everyday thing. What if they just did it once a month, at least once a month? The devs popped in. Let's just say the devs popped in once a month. They popped in on Discord, popped in on Twitter Spaces, whatever, and they asked the community, how are they feeling? How is their day going? What are the positives and negatives that they have for Fight Forever? Hey, let's talk about real life. Let's say a pay-per-view just passed. Hey, Forbidden Door. They're asking, what was your favorite match of Forbidden Door? This is how you stay connected with your community. Because there's a difference between just typing on Twitter, just letting your Twitter fingers activate. Like, don't get me wrong, you're still engaging with the community, but actually letting the community hear your voice, giving us a chance to speak to you like how we do with the sessions. How cool would that be? Every now and then Kenny Omega might come on, maybe Orange Cassidy might come on, Evil Uno might come on, your favorite wrestler might come on, talking about everything pro wrestling in general. It doesn't even have to be just AEW. They're doing some Fight Forever giveaways. This is how you stay involved, stay engaged, stay connected with your community. You feel what I'm saying? I pitched this idea. And then going down the list, and so we got something else right here. Some more interesting things. So, what a reliever. What a reliever. I kind of got worried there. So apparently there's two different teams working on Stadium Stampede and the actual, the other aspect of the game, the other parts of the game of AEW Fight Forever. So thank goodness, as I got worried this was going to turn into AEW Stampede Forever. I got worried for a minute. So that's great news. Thank you, ZDs. So, I had to add a little bit of humor there with the Omega thumbs up. And hey, got some more right here. ZD's confirms that the season pass has already been revealed with content. And then he says, don't quote me on that. You never know if we suddenly add a wrestler or two. So, hey, he's giving out the hint. Like he said, don't quote him on that, but there's a possibility that they could be adding more. I mean, that would be the ideal thing to do, right? Because two wrestlers a month, yikes! I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So yeah, like I said, I've said it too. I think you should have the DLC, but you should also incorporate more wrestlers into the game by via the shop. You know, that'll be two great ways. We don't always have to have the high profile names added via DLC. We could have some names in the shop, you know, that you could unlock by AEW Cash. There's something wrong with that. So, hey, we got. I had to ask the question, man. I had to ask the question. Unsanctioned TV got your back, man. So we've seen the PS4 patch, we've seen the PC patch, we've seen the Switch patch. Everybody getting their patches except Xbox. Everybody getting their patches except Xbox. So I had to ask because y'all saw how many times I've crashed live on AEW Fight Forever. So I'm asking, any follow up on the Xbox patch or still no word from Microsoft? ZD says, I checked today and all I was told is that it is still in submission. Oh my goodness. It is rough. It is rough. So I said, hey, although I'm kind of disappointed, but it's not their fault. It's Microsoft's fault. So I said, F, appreciate the honesty. And then also, he says, you know what? We, this is one thing that we were really looking forward to. one thing we're really looking forward to. He says, and I will continue to push for a roadmap. That is a promise I will make to you all. Alright? Alright? We gonna see. So yeah, we still got a long way to go, but things, hey, you never know what's gonna happen next, man. We'll see. But like I said, Unsanctioned TV got your back. When it gets dark outside, you know who's going to bat for this community. You can call Unsanctioned TV whatever name you want, but one thing you cannot call us is you cannot call us fake. We will continue to ride for the WGC. You know how we roll, man. There was a lot of twists and turns in this conversation, but we ended up getting something out of it. Hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens next. We will see what happens next. Like I said, we may only be at 600, but do not take us for granted. And that goes for the other real YouTubers out there too that are trying to help y'all out and really shake something up for the WGC. Do not take us real content creators for granted. Don't. Please. Cause ain't many that's gonna go back. There's not many that are going to go back for the WGC, man. Do not take us real content creators for granted. Those that are working behind the scenes too, when the cameras are off. Those that are consistently trying to reach out, find new connections, tweet out, get in contact with these devs, these individuals that are affiliated with these companies of these games that we love. Like I said, we all have the same end goal. We want great, fun wrestling games to play. Wrestling games with tons of replay value. Wrestling games that will continue to be a delight instead of a displeasure. Wrestling games that we can play for longer than 3 weeks, longer than a couple of months. This is what we want. If you want somebody that's gonna fight for the WGC, look no further. We got your back, man. But anyways, if you want to join the Discord, the link will be in the description. And we'll see what happens from here. If you got something to say about AEW Fight Forever, whether it's positive or negative, let your voice be heard in the Discord. And all of the links will be provided too. But I will say this because that's the one thing we not finna do, bro. That's one thing we not finna do. ZD's went out in this Discord and stated that he's received over 500 death threats. Like, what is wrong with y'all, bro? What's wrong with y'all? I get it. There's a lot of problems that are recurring right now with AEW Fight Forever, but it is not that serious, bro. Get your piece off. Tell them how you feel. Tell them what you want fixed. But you don't gotta go to the lengths of a death threat, my guy. You don't gotta do that, man. We better than that. Then the same thing happens with the actual product in real life, too. The actual IWC when it comes to Dynamite, Rampage, ROH, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. These same things are happening with that, too. We gotta settle down, man. I get it. You're frustrated. You're pissed off. You're angry. There's things you want fixed. There's things you want to be done better. I get that. But never let it get too much to your head to where you got to start throwing out these random death threats. 500 death threats over AEW Fight Forever and the game just came out. Like I said, you heard what we had to say. Trust me, we're with y'all too. We're pissed off. There's a lot of things that we want fixed. But you're not going to find us stoop down to that level. Ever. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna provide the links, but once you get into this Discord, once you get access to his Twitter, please, WGC, calm down, keep it straightforward, say your piece, and get out of there, all right? Please. But anyways, that about wraps it up for the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And we out here. One love. God bless. See you in the next one. Peace.